Good afternoon. This wonderful, wacky world that we live in, where we're constantly being insulted by our youth. There's a new insult making the rounds, which I think takes the biscuit. Um, I'm, I don't know if you've been told directly, but if you haven't, if you're white, you're inherently racist. Even if you don't know it, you're unconsciously racist or implicitly racist. So that's done and dusted with as far as they're concerned. So if you have an argument with a woke youngster, that's what you are. But you're also now adultist, or that you are. So where racist has racism, adultist has adultism. This is a word that was very seldom used and was used when another party deemed that the adult in a parent-child relationship was having too much of the parents' incorrect influences on the child. For example, if they belonged to a sect of a religion that was very quirky, like say, Scientology, that's where adultism might have been used. But now the woke have nicked it. We're all adultist. One of them at Columbia said, "We will not put up with any adultist behaviour." Now, the definition of adultist is basically recognizing that recognizing that the youth know less than you, that wisdom equates with age, that lived experience is more important than academic experience, that going to university is fine. It's a good way to start life, although maybe not at the moment, but it will be again. However, any criticism levelled at them by anyone older than them can now be under that framework of adultists. So I'm being adultist by making this video. If you watch this video, you're indulging in adultism, which is the perilous, horrible insult of thinking we know better. Why do we think we know better? Because we know that we used to think we know worse. That's the real reason. We know that we've been through so many transitions. I'm in my 40s. You go through so many transitions in the period between sort of 16 and 30, really. So many transitions. You're not anything like the person at 30 that you were at 16. And guaranteed at 18, the person you said you would be in when you were 28 never ends up being the person. People get more conservative, they get more concerned about their own lives, and they actually start to involve themselves back into communities, because that's the only way to forge ahead, or segregate communities, which is not a good idea, which means cutting them off from us. Now, there is them and an us. Unfortunately, it's a large amount of today's youth. Coming up behind it is a good rearguard of kids who are actually a bit younger but are struggling because they can't get extreme enough to be accepted by the woke youth. So they're going the other way and fighting back, and I think that's going to work. But if you hear the word adultist or adultism, just know that it's somebody simple-minded who's using a phrase he doesn't understand, doesn't belong to a group, and if he doesn't want to listen to adultist behaviour or adultist dialogue, then perhaps he'll listen to adultist justice when he gets arrested and prosecuted. Because unfortunately, you can't use that excuse in a courtroom. So that's adultism, and that's being an adultist. So if you're called that, it's not an adultery. It's not adultery. Nothing's being said about your character except that you're older than the person you're speaking to, and that's it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do subscribe and share. It does help. If you didn't, then you've already left. That's fine. Stay tuned. I will be back with more soon.